Good morning, Mathilde.
Good morning.
Hey, finally we meet.
Yes, I'm happy with
I want to say thank you so much for spending your morning, almost lunchtime now, to join and to share your amazing journey to our audience around the world and on behalf of the listener. I want to say thank you to you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming here to my place and interview me.
Actually, I have to say this. Thank you for coming to my country. Out of many countries that you could come, and you decided to come to Vietnam a few years ago, almost 3 years, huh?
Yes, I came here for the first time 3 years and a half ago. I always wanted to visit Vietnam. I was waiting for its borders to open, and I fell in love with Da Nang, especially, and the people and the culture. And I had to go back to France a little bit, but I knew that I would be back here. And now it's been more than 2 years that I'm living here. I love it so much.
So now and for my audience, our audience, she knows about my hometown way better than me. Yeah, I'm jealous now because you know Da Nang a lot more than I know. Even I was born here.
Yeah, but because you're not living here now, right?
Yeah, I come very often. But normally when I come, I stay and spend time in the area that I grew up and with my family, my friends there. So I'm not really.
You don't explore the city.
And this
I am an explorer. So.
This trip makes it special because I'm starting to explore the city, the people, and that's how we met. You were introduced to me by my mom.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah, incredible, yeah. And this conversation is for our audience to know a lot more about your transforming story. It's very beautiful, and not a lot of people know about that. All right, so thank you so much for sharing to let them know the journey that leads into what you do today. Not just about art, but bringing artists together, bringing a community together, and make the collective wisdom to blossom for everybody. So that's beautiful. We love it. And I was thinking about a way to introduce you, but it's really hard. So I would love if you can have to share with our audience just a little bit about who you are and the work you do. So would you please do that honor first?
Yes, sure. So I'm Mathilde. I'm a French artist. I like to say like a creative soul. I have been studying management and I've worked as a project manager and a consultant back in Paris. But then I left France like 7 years ago, more than 7 years ago. And I traveled the world, mostly in Asia. I think this is where I truly discovered myself, and it opened up a lot of things inside me. And I started to draw and paint and tune into my intuition way more. And now I am an artist, so I do paintings and mural projects. Fine art prints, but on top of that, I'm now like mixing my management background with my creativity. So I manage like two different cultural projects. One is with a gallery here in Hoi An. I have built a group exhibition with a theme and an open call and curated the exhibition. And the other project I'm working on is called Vietnam Creative Awards. So it's a curated platform that bring artists together and help them to have more visibility across different sectors, like in art, photography, fashion design, creative studios. And I'm helping developing partnerships, bringing some awareness for them to submit their work on the platform. Because I know what it is to be an artist, and it's not so easy sometimes to find opportunities or to find the right audience. So I'm helping them, like I'm trying to find that bridge between like visibility, opportunities, and the artist community in Vietnam. So I'm very...
So you build a bridge in between.
Yes, I'm very happy to do that. So I'm having my art projects and paintings and exhibitions and things, and at the same time managing some cultural projects, which I love.
And on behalf of the artists here, we would like to say thank you to you, because that bridge is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it helps them have their works to be visible to the people out there, and have their names to be recognized, and have their talents to be shared and show to the world also.
Exactly.
And on the others, and also coming back to Vietnam, so it's benefit for a lot of people here.
For a lot of people, especially that the platform is for locals, but also expats who are living, who are bringing something to Vietnam, basically. And I think there's a lot to learn from different creative people. And yeah, so it's a very meaningful project that I really believe in.
This conversation is designed way deeper than that, than just that 3-4 minutes of introduction, because it's too brief about you. So people won't be able to see the transformative moment. So you're new in the industry of artists also, and there's a turning point in your life that make you to get into this, path, right? So let's travel time. Let's travel really travel time in the past, into the past, and I'll lead the way. Okay, I was born in this city, and 40-something years ago. It's very small, it's poor. My family was very poor. Next to my family, my house was like cemetery, so it just there's no people. And one night we had electricity, the next night we did not have electricity at all, so it's dark. And on those dark nights, my first dream about the future work that I would love to do is to become an astronaut, so I can fly to the moon.
Wow,
and then from up there, I would love to enjoy how bright, how beautiful it's up there, right? But life has taken me to a very different path. And on this path that I'm doing at the moment, I've been interviewing a lot of NASA, astronauts, a lot of Korean astronauts, people in different countries, and one of them actually went on the moon. So his name is Charlie Duke, and it's an honor. And for you, when you were little, what was your first dream about the work that Mathilde is going to do when she's growing up?
I think when I was a kid, I was dreaming of becoming a vet.
Yes.
I loved animals so much. I'm a vegetarian, by the way, and yeah, it has always been like a dream. But then I realized that maybe blood is not really like something that I can be comfortable with. So it changed over the years. But we live also in a society where I feel like we don't really have time to think so much about your future. I think it's like you follow a bit the path. It's like you study, and then it's like during high school you have to choose what you're going to do for the rest of your life, like in studies. And me, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted, but as I was a very good student, they brought me towards a certain direction. So you need to do the best schools, and then you follow your studies, and you work hard, and then you enter good position in big firms. And that's how I started to think like there is something that's, I don't know, that doesn't align with who I am and what I really want to do.
And since when you're starting to travel the world?
I started more than 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
So I studied, I finished my master, and then I worked a few years, first in a startup, then in a bigger company as a consultant. And then I started to feel not happy, not fulfilled in my life. So I thought that something was missing and it was hard for me to say what it was. I just knew that, I was just following a path that not someone told me to follow, but kind of. That it was not something that I really decided to. And I felt like maybe I need to travel to understand who I am, who I really want, what I really want to do. So I quit everything.
You quit everything?
I quit everything. I took my backpack and I traveled to Cambodia. It started in Cambodia. I did a humanitarian project. I was teaching English in a kindergarten for some like disadvantaged people, and yeah, it started there. Then I've traveled for like almost 7 years since then. Since have like transformed me. I think I discovered parts of myself that I was not aware of. So yeah, it started like this.
A lot of people I've been living, like you say earlier, is don't have time to think. So they keep running on to the, like what life, being built for them, and they keep doing the old thing, same old, over and over. And recently, we are working on what we call newness intelligence. That is something that we discover through interviewing so many experts around the world. What makes them really what they are today is they've been having those kind of moments to really asking themselves what is it that they want to do in life, and they have the courage to break everything and start to enter into the new territory. All throughout their life, they've always been trying to explore, using their creativity, their curiosity to lead the way and start to explore the world of new things. So you did the same thing. I want to bring you to the moment that you submitted the resignation letter and decided I'm done with the corporate life for the time being. I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to start looking for what is that unanswered at the moment, right? So it takes a lot of courage, because you leave a country that you've been growing up with. You leave everything that you've been known once. Now you leave it all behind. So it's not easy.
No, it's not an easy choice.
So what was in your head at that moment?
I think it's really like the feeling of not feeling fulfilled, not like the meaning of what I was doing was missing. So I think I was looking for a meaning of like what we are here for, what's my actually gift, what can I give to the world, what am I good at despite what the society is telling me that I'm good at. And I think I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. I think this is how growth happens. Like if you stay where you are in the things that you know, you never really discover parts of yourself. So I wanted to travel alone on my own. I've never done this before. But of course at first, like through the humanitarian project, I was still having a bit of a structure. So it helped me to step into the unknown and a new country that I've never been to. And then I started to build this ability of being on my own and doing things that I would have never done if I would have stayed in France, for example. And I think traveling also opens your mind. You're meeting so many different people from different nationalities. You're learning a lot, from others. And I needed to have some time for myself to understand better what I wanted to do. I didn't know, even after a few months in Asia, I was still not so sure of like what I was doing, but I let myself go with the flow. Instead of having like plans and I'm doing this and that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna live the present moment and see what life is gonna bring me.
That's newness right there.
Yeah.
Every morning is something new is gonna come on the horizon, right? So every day is an opportunity for you to find something that helps you on that path also. So the curious question I have for you is, well, there's 7 continents in the world. You grow up in Europe, right?
Yes.
You can go to any other continents to find yourself. So why Asia that brought you to Cambodia? I
traveled for the first time in Asia 12 years ago. So during between my Master 1 and Master 2, I did like a gap year, and I decided to travel 6 months, and then did a 6 months internship. And I was with a friend, and I don't know, we both really wanted to discover Asia. It's a different culture because, yeah, I don't want to. In Europe, it's I mean, it's nice to travel within Europe, but it's not going to be a big change of culture, of right? And it's like I wanted to discover the world, so for me I need to travel a bit further than where I am from. And America, South America is also I feel like the culture is a little bit closer to mine than Asia. It's a total different one. So that was newness, exactly. So we went to Taiwan. 12 years ago, I went to Taiwan and I loved it so much. I felt at home, and I knew at that moment that I wanted to live in Asia. I even wanted to do my Master 2. I was meant to do a different specialty, I don't know how I can call it, that was but something linked to Asian country. And I couldn't because the master didn't open the year I was meant to do it, so I did something more generic, change management. But I knew since the beginning that I wanted to come back to Asia. I traveled 12 years ago also to the Philippines and to Thailand, and then went back to France, finished the studies and everything. So when I decided to do a humanitarian project, I knew I wanted to go back to Asia, but to a new country that I haven't discovered yet. So
and now you go alone.
And to go alone. Alone, which is, it was scary. I have to admit, like when I was on the plane and before arriving, I was like, okay, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know anyone. I don't know this country. It's scary, but I want to see, because I feel like the fear also sometimes, like you need to knock at the door of the fear and just step up and then just see and. Yeah, I think magical things happen when you get out of your comfort zone. Really.
When you're on that plane, you knew nothing is gonna wait for you ahead. You were afraid, you were fearful, right?
Yes.
And that fearful is something that frozen a lot of people not to make decisions, not to go not to even start going to that plane, not even start buying a ticket to go, right? So what did you hold on to help yourself, have the courage to lean on to that?
I think I really needed to get out of like France, and like this wish of like finding who I am and what I really want to do. It was stronger than the fear. It's like, let's just go. And I like when I also say something to respect my words. It's something I'm really working on. I think it's very important. So I said that I would do a humanitarian project, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go until the end. I'm gonna respect what I said and promised to myself.
If you look at your personality of determination, you say something, then you go all in to see how it goes, so is that coming from the family, from your mother, your father, or is that something just Mathilde herself?
I don't know. I don't think it's something from my family necessarily, but I've always liked to settle some goals and then like go towards them, and then just do it. Maybe also at school, like I've always been like very structured, very organized. I say something, I do it, and so I've always been like this, I think.
So that is you. That is you, right? And from a structured world, now going to Cambodia, going to Asia, starting to explore who you are and the work you want to do in the future. And now you go into something totally new also, finding the art inside of you. You unearth it inside of you, right? How did you find out that?
I think I've always been like a creative person, but I was not in tune with it. So because again, like I think at school, it's not something that we talk so much about like becoming an artist is not so much like an option, especially when you're, you know, when you're good during your studies. So it's like you have a few, you become, I don't know, doctor, you study physics or management or finance, or, you know, but no one is telling you, oh, you go to an art school. It's so, and I think that's the reason why I was maybe not so happy in my work, is that I was lacking of like using my creativity. And after traveling for a while, and COVID, the pandemic hit, and I was in Laos at that moment. And I think it helped me to have so much time with myself, because we were stopped at one place and no one around us. I was living in Vang Vieng, so it was like a very small town, and there was no more expats. Everyone left back home, and I stayed, and I lived like surrounded by nature with animals. I raised 2 monkeys there, which was beautiful. I had like all of those mountains around and the river, and I think I met myself, and then I started to do meditation and yoga and journaling, and did a lot of like self development, like personal growth. So listening to some podcasts, reading books. I was even like writing everything that I was learning, and at the same time I was drawing. I was drawing as part of maybe of a healing process, I have to say.
So that's the first time you start to drawing also?
Yes, I mean, I've always drew, for example, my tattoos, and, but never been really painting or anything. So I started to draw a lot. Ago. 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
7 years ago. 7 years ago. And then really in Laos, yeah, this is where I started to paint. I did actually... there's a kind of a funny story. Before doing my first painting canvas, I did a mural, like a 4 meters mural. It was the first time I was like really using my the paint on such a big canvas, right? Because I was just like drawing before on a piece of paper, and then I started to do a lot of like projects and murals, and built a collection of paintings, and even recycled like bottles to make decorative items, and people got very interested in it, and it started in Laos, like really.
So it started in Laos, in that quiet small towns, with the mountains, with the rivers, with animals,
like very healthy. Routine, waking up very early, and I think it's where I felt like a big transformation in me. I've never had that time for myself, actually.
And you say that you found yourself.
Yeah.
Isn't that you are yourself? But you say now you found yourself. How does that feel when you say that you found yourself? Describe it for us.
Because I think I went through, I mean, like a lot of people, like ups and downs, you know, in life, and challenges, and also like darker part of myself that I think I sat with that. And before I was maybe avoiding certain things. I think I was not so conscious about. I think I worked so much on my consciousness, of my awareness of life in general, of me, of what I do, of people, of expectations, of a lot of things, and this was this feeling of like, okay, I have the time to sit with all of those thoughts, all of those things that were in me, but were like hidden in a way. So everything brought up to the surface, and then I think art has been a way for me to express myself differently, like a liberating way. Like my art is very connected to my spiritual growth, I would say. This is how it has started in Vang Vieng.
Wow. And in your family size, both sides, right? Is there anyone that have the artist inside of them that maybe you inherit from that person, or from the pupil, or is that something completely new, you again in Laos, that you discovered for yourself?
In terms of painting, like drawing, I think it's totally new. But on my mom's side, my grandmother was a pianist. So there were like a few musicians in my grandmother's family, and my grandmother was a sculptor. Actually, she was doing like sculpture. So I think from my grandmothers on my mom's side, they are mostly all artists, musicians, and like doing things, you know, with their hands. But the rest of my family, not at all. I don't know. I don't think it's like really coming. I've met artists here, for example, and they've always grown up in a family surrounded by artists, and so it's not my case.
This is not your case, right?
No, this is not my case. It's something that I discovered more, and that I loved practicing.
From practicing until now becoming known in the field, right? And now becoming the person that have been artists to find, you know, to bring the best out of themselves and let other people know about their works also. That's another journey to the newness also. Yeah. And
I didn't know, I started to draw, but I didn't know that I would do something out of it. It's just like, because it was my soul calling. My cat wants to say hello.
Here, come.
So I didn't know what was, I was just doing it because I love doing it so much. And I like to share energy, and I think it's a way for me also, like when I create, it's like the energy I'm in during that moment, and it's something that I want to share to the world as well. So it's something that most of my paintings, and a lot of people saying that it carries a lot of positive and solar energy, and something, a strength, because it's a strength that I'm building within, that I'm painting, and then I want to transmit this message also to the world.
So you say that during that time you were meditating, you were listening to podcasts, you were spending time with nature, with animals,
doing yoga,
and you wrote down how you feel, you start journaling and stuff like that, right? So what made you do all of that to help you because you don't know what it's gonna take you, right? And a lot of people, when they start to write down things like that, to do things like that, and they don't see the result immediately, so they will decide, wow, it's not gonna work, I'm gonna stop doing that, I'm gonna go back to what been working before, right? In management, in business, in normal. So where did you get the persistence to keep going like that?
I felt like so in tune with and aligned with myself, and so happy in what I was doing, that for me there was no way I would go back to France and the feeling I had living there. So even if it comes with ups and downs and challenges, because living abroad is not easy. No, some people think that, you're living a dream life. Yeah, but it's a choice, and it comes with
consequence.
Yes, exactly. So it's not an easy path, but it's the path that I know is good for my soul. So it's by knowing and quieting my mind and meditating, I think you also enter a state of like knowing yourself behind the thoughts, right? So, and I don't know how to explain. It's like, I know that I was following the right path, and also like a lot of things happened that made me feel like, wow, I need to keep going because it's really going well. Like,
so you start to see some light.
I started to see like things happening at the right moment, exactly when I needed, and it's like synchronicities of life. So I also wanted to follow that.
Let's share with us some moments that you know that you start to making some progress in here.
In art, you mean in Laos?
In Laos, you say that you started to see some lights there, start to see some progress, right?
Because I was doing this like I was drawing and painting for myself, but then I started to show it a little bit on like some social media, and then people started to contact me, and then people wanted to pay me to do some mural projects, and then to do some exhibition, and then when I was showing some paintings, when I left Laos, I had, I don't know, maybe like 15 paintings, a lot of recycled bottles, a lot of art that I created, and I just shared it, and people got really like interested in what I was creating, and I sold everything, like everyone, like so I have a lot of like little pieces of me that stayed in Laos.
Stay in there.
Yeah, and I had so much like I was actually worried about what am I gonna do with all of those paintings and stuff, and actually I succeeded to sell everything, and even my latest painting I remember because I called it Fearless. Fearless. And and I finished it like 2 days before my plane, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna post it and see, and like worst case I would leave it there, because I could not bring, I had already a lot of things with me, because I went to Turkey after, and yeah, I just find someone who loved that piece, who loved the story about being fearless, and so you see, it's like I felt like the universe was giving me beautiful reasons to keep going. So this is how I build this.
Fearless.
Yes, being fearless and just go for. I think when you're meant to have something in life or to experience something, there you will have experiences, or you will meet people who would help you to.
But you start first, right? It's you first, and then the people will start to see in you and your journey, and the energy that you put out there, you're gonna attract the energy that gonna help you.
I believe in energy. I believe in frequency. I believe that when you vibrate at a certain frequency, you will attract like similar frequencies, and things will start to shape your reality. So I think everything comes from within us. That's 100% sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And your thoughts and what you believe in, and then you need, of course, to put actions towards it. It's not just like you're thinking of things and it will, you also need to put actions towards certain things, and then
ideas. If without action, it's always an idea. Right?
Yeah.
So you have an idea, you found out something, and you keep doing that, and starting to the journey now. Coming to Vietnam to year 3. So why Vietnam?
Vietnam is such a beautiful country. I think I always wanted to come and didn't have the chance when I was traveling in Southeast Asia, because I was somewhere else, and then the time I wanted to come, I had a flight ticket for Hanoi during again 2021 or 2020, and but COVID happened, so I waited in Laos 2 years, and then because in Laos it started to be a little bit not dynamic enough, for me, for my project. So and as Vietnam was not opened, I decided to go to Istanbul at the end. And
Istanbul is also, Turkey is another very unique country in the world also. Tell us why Istanbul?
Yeah. Because this is also linked to my partner at that moment. So it was like easy because he was next to his country, and for me it was also close to France, and he could get also a visa free for 3 months, and I always wanted to go to Istanbul, so we're like, okay, let's go there and wait for Vietnam to open its border. And but actually we really enjoyed Istanbul so much, but then I had to leave because of the visa. It was not that easy to get a residence permit. So I knew, and I was like, okay, I'm going to Vietnam for sure. I only traveled to Phu Quoc like 5 years ago, I think, like for when I was living in Cambodia, with some friends. So I did a bit of research, and I was like, okay, I know Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh are where most expats are going, but I left Paris and this big city and pollution and things for a reason, and I really wanted to be close to nature. After living in Laos for 2 years, I'm like, okay, nature is so important to me. So I saw that Da Nang was the third biggest city in Vietnam, and then I was like, okay, there's like a bit of city, a bit of nature, there is the sea, the beach. Amazing, I go there. So I went 3.5 years ago. And I loved it so much, and I met beautiful souls here, Vietnamese women who really included me. And I feel like here that you have a big sense of community, of sharing. You know, I live in an I'm from an individual country, I have to say. I love friends for many things, but we are more, we care more about our individual interests. And I think that in Vietnam, it's really a lot about the community, about sharing with each other. I felt very welcomed here. I loved it. I love the food. The food is amazing. The culture, the people. I think the people made the big difference. It's because I met a beautiful Vietnamese woman who really helped me in my journey in being integrated here. Then I had to leave for personal reason and be back to France to help my mother, and but I left a bag here because I knew I would come back. And I came back more than a year later. I was meant to come with my partner, but he couldn't join, and so I decided to come alone.
You decided to come alone again.
Yes, and it was a bold choice because I think it's easier to travel and to settle when you're with your partner because you have someone you can rely on and everything. And before, I thought that I would have never been able to settle somewhere on my own. But I knew that I was not happy in France. So I was like, okay, then let's go. Let's just take all of your stuff and go to Vietnam and start and settle there. And so this is what I did now, more than 2 years ago. And I am still in, my best friend is Vietnamese. It's like, I love her so much. And she's my family. She has helped me a lot also in feeling at my place, you know.
You're no longer a stranger here in this country. So many people are your friends now, knowing you and walking the path with you. And it all starts with the choice you made.
Yes.
You made the choice to come here regardless. Without your partner, you're gonna come here. You put the energies out. And like you said earlier, the universe, you believe in the energy. So you give so and
you receive.
You receive back. And earlier you said that being an artist is not easy. It's never easy.
No. It's not easy.
And especially when you live in a new country also. The hard part is like triple, like 4 times more, right? So on those challenging days and nights, what do you do to help yourself fill up your confidence again, or you give you the confidence to continue the path, Mathilde?
I worked a lot on myself, actually. I'm still now. I'm also having kind of a coach also who has been helping me. Like, I think developing a healthy routine helps a lot, and have something that you can. Like consistency is very important, because being motivated is not enough to build projects. I think like you need to have like the will and to be consistent and to nurture the faith that you have. I think in your project, in the goal. Like I'm keeping the goal in my mind, and now I don't want to just focus on the goal. I want to also focus on the journey towards it, because I think that's the most important. What helped me is like consistency, routine, people around me, honestly, like I feel so supported here by my friends here, but also abroad by my family and friends from France or all around the world, because now I have friends everywhere that I've been to at least. So I don't know if I'm answering actually your question what helped me to, because becoming art is a difficult sector. I think all artists would agree with me. The most difficult part is to find stability in art, because there are moments where you have projects you're selling and others where it's more quiet. So you have to navigate within this uncertainty and being also in a foreign country, it also brings more challenges, I think. But I kept on believing in me. I kept on believing in my project. I kept on investing in me as well. That's also why I hired a beautiful personal assistant, a Vietnamese woman in Da Nang, who has been helping me for almost a year now, to also reach out to places, to find new projects, to help me develop my art. So this has helped me a lot. And then it's all about finding also the first, when you have a first project and then things just start to blossom. So a lot of things have been happening actually in Vietnam within 2 years, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for all the opportunities I got. Oui, mon chat.
I think when you say navigating. Yes, so navigating is when you start to look at it, to start to see, to observing the path for you to navigate. It might not be a clear path, but it may be something that you can start your way, right?
And you go up, I like to see life as waves, right? And you will always, for me, I like to say I'm surfing on the waves of the life, and sometimes it goes up, and then sometimes also you go lower and down, but it will always move. It will always, there is movement in life. Nothing remain the same, right?
Yes.
So even if you're going through a challenge or something that's a difficult moment, it's not gonna last. Something is gonna rise again. So
because inside of you have what we say earlier is a newness intelligence. You have that strength inside of you. So even if you know that that's hard, it's not clear, it's not easy, everything is challenge, but then you believe, you have the routine, you build things that happen, you're ready for catching that wave and then for going through that.
Exactly.
And we want to help people to build that confidence. So if you look at your life and you define newness, how do you define newness in life?
When you say, I am not so sure I can define it.
So because a lot of people afraid of new things, right? Yes. So now let me revise the question. Looking into your journey of discovering new things in life, and you can bring a story. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be opportunity, it could be anything that you lean into, something that you had no idea about. It turned out really beautiful, that beyond your imagination. You share for people to build the confidence to lean into newness. What would that be?
I think that honestly, I feel whenever you get out of your comfort zone and you start something you have never done before, or you are rewarded. I realize all the time I'm doing things, new things. It's it brings something there is a bit of this fear of oh, what's gonna happen? I don't know, I'm not so sure. But then whenever you do it, it's wow, actually, why I haven't done it before, So I feel you are rewarded by doing something new, and I don't know, I feel we have one life, at least in this body, and I want to experience things. I don't want to be led by my fears, and it's something I have built of it with time. It's not I was not born fearless, for example. I think back in France at the thing, I was not doing so many new things. I was a bit afraid, and I'm a perfectionist as well. Which
You are.
Oh yes, which is, it has good, of course, and pros and cons. So the cons of it is that I'm afraid of starting something new because I'm not good at it, right? Because I have never done it before.
Yes.
So, but by traveling, and like, I had to do things that I've never done before, and and now I love it, and I like to push myself to do it. Because again, I think it's where you truly grow. It's by discovering something new. So now, like, I just went back from Taipei, and I traveled on my own, and whenever I do a solo trip, like, I don't know, amazing things happen. Like, I'm meeting like someone meant to meet, I feel, and I'm experiencing like the best things, and I'm blessed with, like, I don't know, like little things that I would never thought of, but just because I'm getting out of my comfort zone, I think, like, miracles, blessings come to me. So I would highly encourage people to get out of their comfort zone and just step into the unknown, and because it's always beautiful outcome.
Beautiful. You just entering into the world of arts in 7 years. Less than a decade, right? But then your works and the people starting to be knowing you all over the world, a lot of places, and there must be something there in what you do. It's really thick, it's really working, it's really making it, like a success. So if you look at all the works you do, like you say, the routine, the determination, the belief, you hire a coach, you hire a personal assistant, you reach out to people, you give the energies, and you meet people who you never knew that so what else in there that makes such a formula for Mathilde to be Mathilde today, and having her name into the world of art so quick, compared to other people who spend like decades and decades of their life.
I think it's because I'm always in movement. So I am really always like doing something, like putting things into actions. I think this is so important. I don't like to stay at the same place. Like, even if it's like lower moment of my life, and I don't want to be stuck, even if I don't feel good, even if like I want to change. And I have, I think, this will, this wish to get better first all the time, and to try new things, and to put things into action, and to try. I think this is the most important.
Just to get your hands dirty, right?
Yes, exactly, and just like give it a try and see, or change, like, but not, I don't like to stagnate. And I feel like the more you get out there, you put actions, you respect your words, then things, you start to attract things, like, I don't know if I see it as like because I don't really believe in being lucky. I think like you attract certain things in life by your thoughts, by the way you think, by the way you approach life, and by the actions you're making. So I think in Vietnam I have done also many actions. I have invested in myself. I have done things. I have done hard work, because I think it's not, sometimes it's just hard work. Cleo. And things started to come, and like I'm also pushing myself to meet new people, and by meeting new people, new opportunities arise. So I met this beautiful Vietnamese artist in Da Nang, and she knew someone from the TV, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna contact them. I'm sure they would like to come to your studio and interview you." So DNRT came here to interview me. That's how your mom learned about me. And then I was like being very active in the things that I was doing. I did mural projects. I had my assistant, and then I received a message on Instagram from the French TV5 Monde, and they wanted also to record me for a documentary. So I was like, it comes from nowhere,
I think
it's
that was the one my mom saw you. The one that
from
you
the
did in
French,
front of French TV that you ride bicycles.
Okay, so it's 25 months.
So that's the one, right?
Yeah, they came like last November. So I had two things with TV. The thing, one with the local TV, and then the French TV, who found me on Instagram. And at first I didn't want even, I thought that it was a scam. It was like in my DM, and it was like a bit weird, like I don't know. And then I was like, I still replied, and then they called me, and then I was like, oh no, actually it sounds like serious. And I was like, okay. They're releasing like a new series called Génération F, and it's about people who have also changed, their life, transformed. And they came here for 2 days, and they recorded me, and now their documentary is released on their channel. You see, like this happened, and then I had the opportunity to do also my first solo exhibition in Ho Chi Minh City. And this brought me like contact to keep going and doing the things that I'm doing today. So whenever you step out of your comfort zone and you start to do things, and you will see amazing things that can just happen. You need to be open.
Yes, you open, you show up.
Yes, you need to show up. You need to be open. You need to do the work with yourself. And
sometimes the world is so confusing. Also, Mathilde, a lot of movement right now saying say no, learning how to say no, and
say no, boundaries.
And when I look at you learn how to say yes to, seems to me, because that's how you attract opportunities. For that TV show, if you're afraid of that as a scammer, you're gonna say no to that. They're not gonna come here. You're not gonna be able to, to share your works to the international market also, right? Or your friends who are artists in here who say, okay, I can connect you to the media here. If you say no, there's nothing gonna happen also.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you need to be curious. You need to be open. You need to say yes and see. That's a bit my motto, It's like say yes to opportunities. That of course feel aligned with what I want, but I would not say yes to an opportunity that I feel has nothing to do with what I want to do, right? But I agree with you.
So for now, what opportunities will you say yes to?
What opportunities I have said yes to, like recently?
No, I mean like upcomings. What is that gonna make Mathilde say yes to?
For example, like so I did my solo show in Ho Chi Minh at my art space. I met amazing like Vietnamese artists, established Vietnamese artists. They're part of the Fine Art Museum of Ho Chi Minh Association, and they just invited me to be part of their next group exhibition in July. And they're like, I'm the only foreigner part of it, and I feel like so grateful. It's gonna be in Ho Chi Minh, and I don't know if
you there.
It's gonna be in July. So I'm very excited about it, and I'm so happy that they want to include me. So I said yes to this opportunity. And then there is another event that's going to be organized by Sheila Monogram in Da Nang. I don't know if you know it. It's a resort near Fusion, maybe you know Fusion. And so every year they do a big event called Meet the Artists. And they want to highlight an artist or one or like 2 or 3 artists, and then talk about them and bring like people to help visibility and maybe like connection and opportunities. And I had the pleasure to meet Karim, who is the general manager of Sheila Monogram, and also the marketing manager. And I'm gonna be part of
the exhibition
of this event this year. That's happening in June, end of June.
Wow!
So end of June, I will also like exhibit and show my art in Da Nang. So because I said yes to this opportunity. And then said yes for the group exhibition, and then I don't know, it's say yes to this interview. Trying the different, and I think also I'm letting go a little bit of expectations and of results.
As a perfectionist person.
Yes, and I think this is also how things can flow naturally to you, and being open, but not letting go of expectations. I feel like when we have too many expectations, like we can be disappointed, or we can like, you know, be like tense into like wanted one thing, but actually maybe it's something else that you're gonna get, and you don't know. Maybe it's because it's the way for you to get actually what you want, or it's just what you need to experience in life. So yeah, that's
why you say that you don't believe in love, but you have to be the one who creating and building the environment for it to come also.
Yes.
Yeah. Few last question for this beautiful conversation.
Sure.
During this conversation, you mentioned the word think a few times. First, that like no time to think. At the earlier the conversation, that you know you started to realize that there's something that needed to change inside of you. And in nature, you mentioned about that's where you start to think and feel and yeah. And my wife and I, we love to have people to improve their ability to think, because we believe that there's so many things that interfering with our thinking today, and we're not going to be able to think clearly. And one of the best ways for us to help people to improve their ability to think is to share conversation and to listen to how do you do that, what makes you, you know, clear your thinking and make the best out of your thinking. So Mathilde, the question I want to have for you is, how have you been expanding your ability to think?
I think there are a few things that help me. Definitely quieting my mind and the thoughts. So I think meditating. Yeah, it started with yoga at first, because at the end, you know, you enter Shavasana, and state where you can really release all of your thoughts. And then I started to meditate. My mom is meditating a lot, so she has also taught me a lot this ability to, because you're talking about like how to think, but I think how to think in a very conscious way. It's when you know how to quiet a little bit your mind and your intrusive thoughts. So I think meditation helped for that. And the second thing that's for me personally has helped me so much is journaling. I have been journaling every day for the past month, because I'm seeing someone like a coach who has been helping me to build a beautiful routine. So I'm using different tools, like I'm doing breath work, like to quiet a little bit the thoughts and to be able to think in a better way, in a more conscious way. And journaling has helped me also to sit down, because I had like prompts to answer every day. So it's like you sit down and you're really, you focus on something, and then you start to think. So yeah, I think journaling, breathwork, meditation has helped me a lot.
To expand your ability to think, to have a clear mind.
To have a clear mind, yes, exactly.
Wonderful. So you mentioned your mom been meditating a lot also. Yes. So she's the one who witnessing your journey of transforming.
Oh yes.
So I bet 7 years ago when you start to travel the world solo to a country that maybe is strange and she might have a lot of concern, right?
Yeah.
So how has her feeling toward your journey that you can share with us?
Yeah, of course. I think my mom is the most supportive mother in the world, because she wants me to be happy. And even if she knows that we are very close, she's like my best friend. She's my mom, my best friend, my therapist. She's everything. I think she's very wise. She went through a lot of challenges in life, and she has this love for life, always standing up for herself, she's a beautiful model in life for me. And when I left 7 years ago, of course she was sad because I would be far away from her, but she was also so happy that I'm following my path, that I'm doing things for me and towards my happiness, finding what makes me happy. And she just wants me to be happy. So she wants me to follow the things that I love, and she has seen me transforming, and she's very proud of me. She's very proud. She's supporting me in all of my decisions. She has been Yeah, very loving, and she's coming here to visit me.
When?
She came already 2 times, and she's coming again end of July and beginning
We're
of
gonna be
August.
here in July, so
Yeah,
we're gonna see her also.
She's really amazing, and I'm very grateful to have also this mother and parents in general who have been always pushing me to do the thing that I think is the best for me, and not telling me like, oh, you should, making you doubt about your choices. No,
wow.
they really trust me, and they know I'm a responsible woman anyway, and so they're not so scared of like me going like. So yeah, I'm very supported and loved by my family, and especially my mom.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if you have assuming that she's watching this interview and there's a word you want to say to her, what is that you're going to say to mom?
To my mom, oh, I love you so much. And she knows it. She knows it, of course. Thank you for the support. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. This is, it helps because when you come alone somewhere, it's nice to also be, not everyone is always supported by their family in their choices.
Yeah. On this journey of getting out of comfort zone, you've been knowing a lot of wonderful people who you have impacted into their life, who also have impacted into your life, also in the positive way. So if you close your mind the moment and think of one person, you don't need to name the person. But if you can think of that person and you want to transfer the message to that person, we would love to be the bridge like you do for our artists in here. You want to be the bridge to send that message to that individual. So what story you want to share to that person that we can transfer? What message?
You mean like a message that I would like to share with your audience, or more like a message that I want to share with one of my good friends?
One of the person that really impacting into your life.
And that has impacted my life.
Yes.
A lot.
So many, hard to choose.
Yes, it's hard to choose, but I'm thinking of my friend here in Vietnam, who has been like
your best friend here.
My best friend here, and yeah, she's a wonderful person who has truly supported me and helped me going through the challenges of life, and I want to say thank you for bringing these family vibes, like this feeling of having a family here, like building your own family, right? So yeah, that would be the message I would give to her.
So she's here, or she's
here. She's in Da Nang, yeah.
Wow. Maybe I will ask for her information and I will show her this part.
Yes, exactly. I will show this to her.
Last question.
Okay.
Now, travel with me to when you were little.
Okay.
When you had the dream wanting to be a vet.
Yeah.
All right. And back then and now, there's huge difference in your life with a different journey of a lot of waves.
That's
big
for sure.
Waves, small waves, and maybe waves in different countries, different continents, right?
That's for sure.
And now, imagine one day that you and I now traveling through time to meet you back then, and you're gonna have something to say to that little Mathilde.
Yes.
So what would you say to her?
I would say, first, trust yourself. Keep going. Keep on believing in things. Keep on dreaming. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Also, don't be too harsh on yourself. And beautiful things are on their way. Just love yourself. Love yourself more. I think that's the message I would give to her.
Beautiful. And how can our audience to connect with you?
Maybe on my social media.
Social media.
Social media. I can
LinkedIn. What?
LinkedIn as well, of course. I can share my link and Mathilde Granveau on Facebook, Instagram.
Wow.
I have a website for my art if you want to have a look. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this beautiful conversation.
Yes,
we love you. And thank you for saying yes to this.
Thank you for interviewing me. It was
you.
really nice talking.
Well, we're definitely gonna come back on in July to see Mom.
Okay.
And if you travel
End
to
of
Ho
July.
Chi- yeah,
So
and in Ho Chi Minh City, if you go there for the exhibition,
in June,
yeah,
I contact you.
You let us know.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank
Bye
you,
bye,
everyone.
guys. Bye
Bye bye.